Biden for hosting this replenishment. The Gates Foundation has as one of its proudest things being a founding member of the Global Fund and Gavi. These two funds have completely changed global health and given people hope. For example, if you were a child who got malaria 20 years ago, your chance of getting a drug that worked was very small. Over 1 million children died every year. We didn't even know about drug resistance. We weren't able to track the disease. We didn't have tests that were working. Because this disease was only in poor countries, it was largely ignored. Today, that's very different. We have drugs that work in a pipeline to avoid resistance. We have better bed nets. Again, we're renewing those. We're actually tracking through genetics and data systems exactly what's going on with this disease. And that is partly due to the amazing work of the Global Fund. Our foundation has as a top priority putting billions a year into innovative new tools. And we can do that because we know the Global Fund will be there to get those out to the world. There's a lot of promising things coming along. Better drugs, better vaccines, better diagnostics. For example, we have an attractive sugar bait that kills only mosquitoes and can drop the disease burden a lot. We have a very cheap TB diagnostic that will allow us to catch the disease before you infect many other people. We have a TB vaccine that will be going into trials. So we're able to fund those new tools because we know the Global Fund has built the capability with partnerships and strengthening health systems to get those innovations delivered and save millions of lives. And so the Global Fund itself, you could say, is the most important innovation of all. That's why our foundation is committing an additional $152 million for a total of $912 million over the next 3 years. Thank you. It's a time of great need, a time of many challenges, but it's wonderful to see how we're all coming here together to continue to help the world's poorest by solving these diseases. It's now my great pleasure to welcome to the stage a great champion against all inequity, and particularly the cause we're meeting on today, the host of the Global Fund's 7th Replenishment Conference, President Joe Biden.
Friends, fellow leaders, Bill, thank you for that introduction. You know, I want to thank you all for being here. Not that you're here because we invited you. You'll be here no matter what. And Bill, thank you for your incredible leadership and commitment to global health. And everyone participating in this conference, to all of you, I want to thank you. Thank you for fighting for what counts. This is all about saving lives. There's no ambiguity here. Working with partners to ensure that all communities are healthy and strong, at least have a shot at being healthy and strong. That people everywhere can live in dignity. It's hard to maintain your dignity when you look at your child and see that they are sick or ill with a disease that you can't control. It's difficult, it shocks you, and it deprives you of your dignity. That's why the United States is proud to be a founding member of the Global Fund. And over the past 20 years, through our work together, it's estimated the Global Fund has saved, as you heard before, 50 million lives and dramatically reduced the death rate of HIV, tuberculosis, and malaria in the countries where it's working. Excuse me. Today, we've seen some historic pledges to keep building on this incredible record. Almost 1.6 billion, I think I got it right, euros from France, 1.3 billion from Germany, $1 billion from Japan, $1.2 billion from Canada, 750 million euros from the European Commission, and significant increases in the private sector, Qatar, Republic of Korea, and from nations that themselves receive Global Fund grants, like Malawi and Niger, also contributed. And as I pledge to all of you, the United States will donate $1 billion for every $2 billion committed by the rest of the world. So that means we're going to work. That means we're going to work with our partners in Congress to contribute another $6 billion to the Global Fund, bringing the overall global pledge as of today to $14 billion. With these incredible contributions, we succeeded through our mutual and continuing commitment to deliver one of the largest fundraisers in global health history. And these billions are expected to deliver a 31-fold return on investment. 31-fold return on investment. And in other words, for every dollar to fight these diseases, we expect $31 in health gains and economic returns, which also advances our progress toward meeting the goal of sustainable development agenda. So let's challenge ourselves to keep going, and do even more. It's an investment that will save another 20 million lives, reduce mortality from these diseases another 64% in the next 4 years. It will support frontline health workers, improve, and by the way, they deserve special thanks for what they've done, especially when it was much more dangerous than it is today. It will improve surveillance capabilities, build stronger, more resilient health supply chains, and increase innovations to reach those most in need. And it's going to help prevent and respond to gender-based violence and advance sexual and reproductive rights and health outcomes for people around the world. You know, as we work together, the United States will also continue to advance our leadership through our own health investments in PEPFAR, the President's Malaria Initiative, and efforts to fight TB. These investments, working in tandem and further amplifying the work of the Global Fund, have helped turn the HIV/AIDS around and develop the world's first vaccine for malaria. Here in the United States, where almost 1.2 million people are living with HIV, we're implementing our new national HIV/AIDS strategy to accelerate and strengthen our national response to the HIV epidemic. We're putting equity at the core of our efforts. We have to ensure that everyone, no matter who they are, who they love, where they come from, can access care and treatment they need, period. Folks, and that they're treated with the dignity they deserve. Everyone should be able to lead a healthy, productive, and fulfilling life. That's our goal. So thank you all for stepping up, especially in a challenging global economic environment. And I ask you to keep it going. Let's finish this fight together. Now is the moment to accelerate our efforts to reduce health inequities and to address barriers to access, including gender and human rights barriers, to build a more inclusive healthcare systems, to leave no one behind, to end AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria for good. Let's demonstrate our collective power to take on challenges that matter most in people's lives and deliver progress. We have so much to do, so let's get to work. And thank you all for all you're doing. God bless you all.